So, I've been listening to the apocryphal writings of Timothy. And in there, and I've got a screen recording I'll share with you. But first, I want to read a few verses from the King James Bible. Matthew 6, 1 through 4. Talks about giving and helping and things like that. And I see so many videos on the internet where people post they're helping homeless, they're giving food, they're giving people money, they walk around grocery stores giving out things. And this is all awesome in the natural and the flesh. But God says that you're supposed to help people behind closed doors, so to speak, in private, one-on-one, and really, if you can get by without them knowing even who you are, that'd be great. Tell them the help that you're giving them is from God. Give Him the glory. Let them know that you couldn't help them if it wasn't for Him blessing you first. So you're taking that blessing and you're blessing them, just like He told Abraham. And so I'm going to read these verses real quick and kind of explain a little bit about what they mean. And then I'll follow this up with the screen recording that I have from some of the apocryphal writings that they tell us is not scripture, yet it all lines up with scripture. And if you're familiar with the Bible at all, which every person should be, but most people aren't, then you will understand once you start listening to the apocryphal writings, even what they call pseudo-apocrypha. It's all scripture. They just took it out because it's truth they don't want you to know. So it says in Matthew 6, chapter 1, or 6, verse 1, it says, "Take heed that you do not your alms before men, to be seen of them. Otherwise you have no reward of your Father which is in heaven. Therefore, when thou doest thine alms, do not sound a trumpet before thee, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may have the glory of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But when you doest alms, let not thy left hand know what thy right hand doeth, that thine alms may be in secret, and thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly." What that's telling you is that when you help people and you boast about it, you post about it, oh, I did this for so-and-so, or I did that for so-and-so, you have your reward. There's no more reward for you available from God. Your reward is all the likes, all the shares, all the comments, all the acknowledgement of men. But if you want the acknowledgement of God, do it for Him in secret, between you, Him, and the person that you're helping. That is it. Once you seek the approval of the man, the people, everybody watching your video, once you seek that approval, that's your reward. You don't get anything from God. But if you do it in God's name, for Him, for His glory, He will reward you openly and in front of everybody. It's on His time, so there's no timeline for God. It'll happen, but on His time. So just remember, help those who can't help themselves. Help those who can't pay you back. That you don't want anything from it. If you help someone, you don't require it. So many people want to loan people money. And I've helped a lot of people in the past. I've never once asked for anything back. It's not about that. It's about helping that person. You want to help them get out of bondage to something, to whether it's helping them with their car, a utility, whatever it is you're helping somebody with, you're helping them out. But if you put them in bondage to you, all you've done is transfer their burden from the thing you're helping them with to you. You haven't helped them, you just transferred the bondage, the burden from one thing to another. You didn't help anybody. God's kind of help and love is to help without hindrance, without expecting anything, without requesting a payback or whatever it is. And it doesn't matter if it's the person down the street that doesn't have anything, or if it's a relative or whatever. And I've seen so many like parents that help their kids out and make them pay it back. Like, that's not help, that's a bondage. And that's not how God designed the system. So keep in mind, if you want God's acknowledgement for it, you have to do it between you, him, and the person that you're helping. That's all it needs to know about it.
Jesus said, "Whoever seeks will find, and whoever knocks, it will be opened to him." Matthew 7:8. For everyone who asks receives, and everyone who searches finds, and for everyone who knocks, the door will be opened. Jesus said, "If you have money, do not lend at interest, but rather give it to those from whom you will not be repaid." Luke 6:34 through 35. If you lend to those from whom you hope to receive, what credit is that to you? Even sinners lend to sinners, to receive as much again. But love your enemies, do good, and lend, expecting nothing in return. Your reward will be great, and you will be children of the Most High, for He is kind to the ungrateful and the wicked. Jesus said, "The kingdom of the Father is like a woman who has taken a little yeast and hidden it in dough. She produced large loaves of it. Whoever has ears, let him hear." Matthew 13:33.